Hi there, welcome to Anne's Space. Thanks for joining me. Last time we left you at Tidra Gorge just as we were leaving, headed out and watched some beautiful sunsets, saw some amazing scenery, and even went hiking with the help of some mules. So stick around and I'll share it with you. So this area is the Valley of the Roses. We just stopped for coffee and they sold lots of creams and rose water and all sorts of things, and you wouldn't know it now because we've passed where they grow the roses, but it's amazing to think in this desert that there's a place that's suitable for growing roses, and they harvest them in May. So there are the roses growing, and then look at that, right on the edge. So Dana and I have had all sorts of bedrooms. This is a real doozy, one for us, one for our luggage. Oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? And yeah, of course our ensuite bathroom. This one looks okay. The door can open fully, that's always a good start. Fingers crossed we got hot water. And the view out the water is pretty nice. It looks like there's a school excursion or something going on down there, I'm not too sure. Or maybe it's a tour group excursion. In that case, it's probably okay that I video it. Yeah, actually it's a really nice view. Yeah, so here we are at the hotel, and I will put the name here somewhere. I don't even know what town we're in, but unfortunately that pool, it's not from our hotel, so we can't go for a swim, but the view is sensational from the rooftop. Yeah, can't get better than that, right? And it snows here in the winter, so I'd imagine the hills over there would be capped with snow, sort of December and January, and there's a better view of that lovely pool of our neighbours. So we're going to go for a walk as a group a little bit later, but I thought I would wander around this small town that I still don't know the name of, just on my own, and I love the way you can communicate with people even though we have no words of the same language. It is really quite special, and I'm really considerate. I try not to take photos of people. Sometimes they walk into my photo, and so there's not much I can do about that. There's a mural up here. I've actually seen quite a few murals as we've been travelling, but unfortunately, when you're not the driver, you can't just pull over like I would do if I was travelling in my van in Australia. So look at all these vans. These are all tourist vans. A lot of people travel to Marrakesh and then they do like a 3-day trip out to ride the camels and spend some time in the Sahara. So yeah, all these 12-seater vans all over the place here. Looks like they're all getting back in and heading off. So funny, I'm just outside the school. Can you hear this? So I'd really love to know what those children were saying, and I hope I do pick it up on video because I'll share it with you. I mean, maybe the time's stable, who knows? And if I think about it, I might play it back to our leader, Danny, because I'm sure he'll know what they're saying. So it's interesting. Most of the buildings that I've sort of filmed have been straw and mud and stones, but they do concrete bricks like we see here. And then they just render them or paint over them. So we're going for a lovely early evening walk across to the Casbah over there. It's cooled down already, so it's a really nice time to go for a walk. And of course, there's stalls on the way. No one in this group is really a shopper, which is actually unusual. There's usually one or two who just love to buy. So there you go, the first challenge is the river crossing, or the rock hopping if you want to call it that. So our numbers are a bit short. We're missing 2 of the men, Siri and Tony. Just are not pulling up well, unfortunately. So this here actually isn't Casbah, it's a fortified village. The Casbah would really just be one of those houses with 4 turrets. So this dates back to the 17th century. And this gate is not original, this was built So in this whole area there's been lots of movies filmed, and later on I'll add a list to the video just showing you how many movies, but it was really interesting to walk around and see some of the, let's call them film sets. And isn't it beautiful? And into the Casbah that's not a Casbah but a fortified village.
All the colors represent something. So the yellow is the Sahara Desert. The green is the mountains, Atlas, and the blue is the Mediterranean Sea.
And is that your script?
That's yeah. This is our scripts and this is our alphabets. It has 2 to 3 characters, but this is one of the alphabets here. You see the freedom, free man, free women, free people in general.
Oh, so you get a picture.
So what did they do? Carve it or something?
That's cool.
That's lovely.
Just got it.
With green tea. Green
tea,
sugar, limestone saffron, like a lemon juice salt.
I smell the sugar.
You smell the sugar.
Well, that was pretty amazing how they did that art. So it was before he burnt it, he'd put saffron and green tea and a little bit of sugar, and depending on the quantity, that made for the different shading. So yeah, I was impressed. So, sorry, it's really windy, no mic. This is in the Gladiator movie, the arena with this in the background. And we're now starting the climb, of course, because it's up a hill. A lot of this has been restored for the tourists. So, yeah, nearly up to the top now. Now this river had been dry for a very long time, and then less than a month ago it was in full flow, and it's already dropped down to this, what we walked across today. So it doesn't take long for the water to go. It was really great to have such a good view at the top there. It was really, really windy, so I've had to do a bit of a voiceover on this clip of the video. But yeah, I hope you really appreciate the view like I did. It was wonderful. After doing the group walk, I actually went back down on my own and took a few more photos. It was such a wonderful spot and so many different things to see. There was people selling things, there was the beautiful sun going down, so that was really nice to sort of have a good look. And there was a few different people there. And yeah, the bridge that we walked across, of course there were dates growing. And then, yep, the sunset. Like, really, you can't get better than that. And here's this list of movies if you want to pause to have a read. Well, good morning. Back in the bus again. And we're heading to the mountains today. Should be a really good day. We've got a bit of hiking, a bit of road travel, and yeah, beautiful view. So today, it's been one of the most beautiful drives. This area is just stunning. Sort of reminds me of like round Hawker and Willapina in Australia. But look down here. I'll go down a level. It's a better view. Look at that down in the valley. So fertile. And then all the way back to the hills. So I think I'm just going to love the next 24, 48 hours, 36 hours maybe. Yeah, beautiful. So quite different on this side. We've just gone over the pass, which is 2,200 metres. Very rocky, very, very twisty. But from where we were, it's the main highway up to Marrakesh. So there's lots of big tracks. And yeah, it's the highest road in the whole of Morocco. So, and it's a good road, yeah, like every other road, sealed. Oh, it's not very good view there.
Yeah, we have a stop for a panoramic view.
Panoramic view stop, that's always good. Yeah, it's rather windy, but it's just beautiful to see it all the way down the valley. road that we're going to be taking to the remote village. So we've got some good switchback roads as we head down here. It's not a good shot, but hopefully I can get some better ones. So interesting, there's some forestry going on here. You wouldn't have thought there was enough nutrients. So it snows up here in the winter, so it'd be totally different area. So we've come down from the pass quite a way, and these houses right by the river are quite amazing because this river comes up quite high, especially it would be after the snow melt. It would be quite different here. So here we were watching the herd of goats coming down the hill. So often in our travels we'd see a shepherd with either sheep or goats, and that's what they do all day. They tend to their flock, and it's just such a beautiful lifestyle. It's really nice to just have the chance to see them out there in the wild. So here we go. We're going walking up the mountain just for an hour today, and then tomorrow a bit longer. But we're not taking all our luggage, just an overnight bag, and we're not having to carry it because look. So yeah, a mule's carrying our luggage. There's not too much, most of them have just got backpacks on, so really easy. It's the way to carry the apples up the hill. So a really pretty hike. It's a proper hike, not just a walk through someone's veggie garden. So very nice. And we've got the boxes of apples ready to be carried down. They actually look really good. Hopefully they'll give us some for breakfast. So this is where we're heading. Up that hill. Look at the cloud coming in over that hill. That's really cool, except those power lines.
City guide.
So there we go, we're part way up. Beautiful view back down the valley. Now this would be stunning first thing in the morning. It's actually pretty good right now. It is 4:15 in the afternoon. Would have been really hot if we'd done it any earlier. Just beautiful. So it's really worth having the meal. They can hold all sorts of weight. As we can see, there's Darcy on the meal. So we have reached our accommodation up the hill. That looks okay. So they're still doing some building up here. They build these places and they keep extending it and extending it. So yeah, they're just mixing up the concrete there. That's pretty cool. Drum of water. Don't know how they got that up here. Wow, this is a pretty cool place. Really glad we came up here. And it just so reminds me of when I was in Nepal. Now that's many years ago. But it's the same sort of mountain feel. It's warm. You can see it's going to cool down. And there's those mountains, and yeah, we're not going to the top of those. We'll go for a couple of hours walk tomorrow, 2 hours either way, I think. But yeah, just it's a nice feeling. And inside it's a little bit like the Nepalese tea houses. So just looking out the other side, this is in the neighbouring hotel. So yeah, still doing some work there and down there. So that earthquake that I mentioned yesterday that happened in Marrakesh last September 2023, did destroy and cause damage to buildings in this region. So yeah, that's probably why some of the rebuilds. Oh, the pigeon's going to pose for me apparently. Cool. So I was walking along and there was a lady with this load of sticks on her back. Oh, they're so strong and so hardy when they live in this sort of situation. I mean, man, yeah, it's a tough life. So not only are the ladies carrying those bundles of sticks, they're actually carrying these bags and they're full with gravel. So, yeah, I don't know. What do they weigh? Oh, 25 kilo it says on that bag there. But who knows what it is when it's got gravel. Anyway, I keep walking down the little paths, making sure I'm not getting lost. So yeah, it's quite nice to just walk around and, you know, I communicate sort of with the locals. So that's really nice. But I do wonder, how do they feel about tourists coming and wandering around? I am mindful not to take photos of them, but it's still their home, right? It's really quite amazing just walking around through all these little laneways. So many different designs of the houses, and there are actually lots of the geets here, because here's another one. There's another one just behind that rock. So yeah, it's really interesting, and you can tell the mules have been down here. Right. But yeah, I love just coming, exploring. So much fun. And like, it's just fingers crossed that I don't get lost. And then there you go. It's a kid running around. Now this kid, I can take photos of. Very cute. So this is how they get all the stuff up here, not just us for the tourists, but the locals as well. I mean, there is a road, so you can bring cars up, but the majority of the things are brought up by mule. And you got to wonder, like, you know, we're going to have dinner and breakfast and lunch up here. I'm assuming everything's come up on the mules. And yeah, I did notice this road as we walked up. It's a lot clearer now that the sun's going down. But I think once that sun goes down properly, this whole valley, the temperature will just plummet. It's a bit hazy. Not too bad. Well, they move really quickly. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. So these ladies are incredible. Like, yeah, I know they're small sticks, but there must be some weight in that. So they're all leaning on short little sticks. Amazing. So I don't know why I'm surprised to see motorboats coming up here, but yeah, they're using the trail, and I just saw one of the builders come up with all his saws and everything else. So yeah, you got to wonder how much longer the mules will be doing the work and motorbikes will take over. So here we are this morning, heading off for a walk. The sun's still on the hills. It's not over that hills. Oh, it's going to be great walking. So we're heading deeper into the valley, just come down 100 steps. But yeah, beautiful apple orchards here. It's a thriving industry. So I think we've worked out that these guys here have got the long poles to knock down the walnuts. I just saw some walnut trees. So we're coming up into the actual national park now. The sun is still not over that hill. I love the goat. Yeah. And off they go, the hikers. So here we are, we've walked as far as the coffee house. It's amazing what facilities they have. Oh, I love the Pringles stand. Very cool. Have a cup of tea. Bonjour. And we've got the seated dining area. Talk about a coffee shop with a view. Nothing like having a roll in the dust. You're hilarious. Oh, you okay? Yeah, does that feel better? Get rid of those heavy panniers. Yeah, sweetie. So down here, this is their water source. We were wondering where the village got their water from. It's really fast flowing. I still keep thinking this is so like Nepal. Wouldn't mind going back to Nepal. It's never dropped off the list. Oh, there we go. We have a star in the video. That's our guide, our local guide. And there's more water coming now. And there's Snippy and Tony walking up there. Not sure if you can see them.
People use water 2 hours.
Wow.
Wow. 2 hours.
Wow.
That's good.
It's not easy on the mules, that's for sure. Clearly people camp up there. They can do like a 4-day hike. That would be pretty cool. We've walked as far as this tea house here, which is also a souvenir shop. And then we'll go back down. And there's the trail. Wow, what a beautiful way to spend a morning. This is the White Rock of Shamhara, and the ladies come here if they want to find a husband, or if they are having trouble having babies, they will come here and the Shama will come and give them good fortune. So we went up as far as we went to that tea house that I showed you. Now walking back down, and it's all cleared, and there's a lot of groups coming up, a lot of hikers and a lot of mules. I like to do walk and video and take pictures, talk to people, and then the locals walking the, and there's the football field. Yeah.
This place called Tajin, the House of Tajin.
Oh, the House of
Also,
Tajin.
we spent the night there and
So after that wonderful walk in the mountains, we're going to have lunch on the rooftop. What a perfect place to have lunch. Look at the views. Amazing. I love that it's still bubbling. Cool. This one's bubbling too. So we just had to wait a few minutes because the mule hadn't arrived, which actually made me laugh out loud. And the mule's here, we're stacking them up, and then we'll be heading down the hour walk back down to where our luggage was left in the hotel. Then we'll be hitting the road.
So we've just switched over to totally online editing.
All tied on. Gotta check the rope, looks just like a good truckie.
And so, of course, it's
Okay, can we do a good job? So that was a fantastic couple of days, and I might just leave you there with a few photos of what I saw and what I did in that part of Morocco. And that's not all. There's another video to come, so do stick around. Come back to the channel. But thanks for watching, and bye for now.